drag strip, and go camping. And go camping!
Camping! 1, 2, 3, go! Dun 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 dun. Oh yeah, and we are back. It's another week has passed, and we're back with Real Talk Vlogs, Jack and Steve. This week we've got some twists to the little twist to the puzzle. We're gonna talk about the de-evolution of the automotive car scene, and we're gonna dive deep down into the root of why we think there's a problem with it. Like, Steve, before we get too far down that hole, how has your week been? I haven't really talked to you that much this week. I know you said you've been traveling.
It's been a busy week for me career-wise. I was down in Roanoke at the end of last week, and then I was in Richmond um, today, all day today, last night. I have a project proposal going in the next couple days, so I've been kind of swallowed up in my day job. Uh, and other than that, personal wise, my dad had some surgery and he came out of that pretty healthy today, so that's good. And that's about it, man. It's just time's been flying by. I've been busy as hell. So
Well, that sucks, man. I'm sorry. I wish all the best to your dad. You know, always. I love that
I
man.
appreciate it, man. It's just old age stuff. He's an older fella, so he's lived a full life, and we're glad that he's still kicking. So I appreciate the support, man.
And, you know, as anybody who's on the other end of this right now, maybe watching the video of this, you can obviously tell we're having a very technical glitch. For whatever reason, it says. What? Oh. It sounded like it blurped and was like, oh, I was trying to say something to myself.
You did blurp. You blurped a little bit. You got a little blurp going on there, friend. But yeah, guys, we're having a little bit of technical difficulties today. We are, if you listen to last week's podcast, we are still kicking around and learning some stuff. But we'll get through. We'll keep pushing.
Yeah.
But like Jack said, today we're after we get through our weekly updates. I'd said I didn't have much going on, but uh, we will get to a more serious topic relating to the car scene and where it is now from where it was, and the highlight reel pretty much from the last 15 years for Jack and I. But how was your week, Jack? Since I didn't have much going on, somebody had to fill in the project duties.
Yeah. So project duties around the, call it a ranch. uh, it's a ranch. I mean, what do you call, like, it's been, so I've worked on an Audi TT this week. No, that's a lie. I put 2 motor mounts in a B6. Are you showing me your bottle tip?
No, I was just trying to make sure I got the S4RW logo in my future podcast video there.
Oh, what are you drinking on?
Diet Mountain Dew.
Oh, look like a Heineken.
I'm not that fancy right now.
Oh, dude, so put motor mounts in a B6, and they worked great, but for whatever reason, I'm having technical difficulties because you're supposed to be able to put the little sensors in there that, like, an instance of this application is already running. Where is it running? Makes no sense. Sorry, I'm still trying to figure out the camera scenario here. The little solenoids on them things are being stupid, and it won't shut off the resistor solenoid valve thing that says it's a bad motor mount, so you can register the car. What else do we got? Oh, we got Jordan's car back together. His car broke a tire.
Gravity. I know I've said it before on other podcasts and such, but that car sounds like a riot.
It's a handful of a car, just in general. Like,
Nice.
we found out last night it's faster than a B6 S4. So.
Did you find that out on accident?
Yeah, we just happened to be taking off from the same stoplight as I was following him home. So, we only went to 60 though. That was the speed limit on that road. Like, never broke the
Oh,
speed limit.
of course.
Yeah,
We are safety first kind of people.
100%. I wonder what happens if I hit restore defaults.
Yo, so is this week's podcast a DIY on how to fix your shit?
It might have to be. Bill Harris is calling me. Let me call you back. Sorry, Bill Harris. If you're out there listening right now, I am definitely putting you on hold. I'm going to send you a message right now telling you that I'm shooting a podcast and you interrupted it. I'm recording a podcast and you just enter shit. Interrupted it and now I need to edit it out. LOL. Sorry, world, that's very unprofessional of me. In other news, as far as projects go, Steve is giving me the stink eye. And we got Jordan's car back together, tensioner bolt busted in it. That was a... Yo, the people upstairs are loud. It's back and running. I just got my car back together tonight, which is kind of like... I'm a little unhappy about it, but I think it's just because it's running weird, Steve.
Your car is?
Yeah, it's running weird.
When you say weird, what do you mean? Give some details. There's words in there.
Weird, like in the sense that it has no... It sounds like it's only running on 2 cylinders. But I did just rewire the coil packs and got rid of the ICM. I did a hardwire conversion on it.
Okay.
So part of me is a little concerned I might have not got a good connection someplace. The other part of me is like, nah, you're probably good. Part of me is also like, it probably has something to do with the fact that the front end's not all hooked together and it's reading math and then no math. Like, what the fuck? I mean, I'll figure it out. Huh?
I said, well, dang.
I'll figure it out. It's just a car.
Yeah, that's true.
Worst case is I come as pit crew for an S4.
For multiple S4s?
Multiple S4s.
Okay, so in the 4 race wars, talking about a week and a half away.
Yeah.
Uh,
Are you ready?
in our trailer will be a 2019 or 2020 BMW R9T, which is a 1100cc air-cooled motorcycle. Pretty interesting bike. That's Heidi's. And then I've got a 1985 Honda CB650 Nighthawk RC13 that's coming, and then also a B5 S4. I don't know which one yet. The laser is on the lift getting worked on, but I don't know if it'll be tuned and ready in time. So a B5 S4 will be coming with me.
Dude, that's kind of disappointing, but I'm not upset about it. Like, because I know at the end of the day, it's just another excuse to come visit when it's done.
All good things come to those that wait. It's something I've heard. I keep telling myself that, so I'm still waiting. But it's in good hands, man. I know it is.
Yo, I'll be honest. The dynamic here of not being able to see you face to face is very weird because I'm not holding a phone to my head and walking around and talking and thinking, and I'm staring at it.
How am I the only one on camera, and you're the one that can't see me?
I can see you, but I feel like it's awkward. Like it's just.
I feel like I'm talking to the mirror.
I feel like I don't like I'm seeing this person here that's like, what do you do right now? Like I get it.
So we should dive into our topic of the week because there's a lot to it, and it's not one of those things that happened overnight. It happened over time, you know. And today's topic is really about the I don't want to say the degradation or the de-evolution or the demise, but there's no doubt that the quality of car shows in public spaces has declined drastically over the last 15 years. Would you agree, Jack?
Yeah, I would agree 100% that. So,
I don't want to take away from going to car shows because I still love it. I still
no,
enjoy it. I still do it. I'm a middle-aged man and I still do this shit.
it's just the
Um,
type of etiquette that's at the car shows. Like, there was a time when I was a little. I mean, I'm 36 years old. Just set the stage of my age. I'll put it out there. I remember when I was 14 and 15 years old, and I would go to car shows, and there would people would be sitting at their cars like, and but it was bad. It was like 50s, 60s cars and 40s and shit like that. But like,
and they'd be at like a Heckinger's lumber parking lot, and there'd be a
yeah,
car in every spot, and there'd be people in their lawn chairs sitting next to their cars, or their lawn folded up and just under their car, and they'd be walking around.
yeah. And this ain't even that long ago. I mean, for me, this is like mid 90s, right? Mid
Yeah,
90s.
same. I mean, my dad, when I was a kid, we had a 67 Chevy C10 that was our farm truck and was old when we got it. You know what I mean? And then we used it as a farm truck for a long time, and then it became my dad's project truck when we got a newer farm truck. So when I was a kid, man, and I'm talking relatively young, like 7, 8, 9, into my early teens, we were going to car shows, and I'm pretty certain for the sole purpose for dad to find parts for the truck.
Hmm.
I mean, seriously. And so there's part of me that misses that style of car show. And I mean, I go to Carlisle Imports or Import Performance in Carlisle, and that's probably the closest thing that I've been to in terms of the vibe of the show. But also, are you
Steve, where'd you go?
you called in from like you created a whole. I'm not recording right now.
You turn that
Like I
record
was
back on.
like you called in from a completely different fucking phone call. And
I,
so it cut off the one we were having so you could start another one.
I'm sorry. I just thought I was like, oh, maybe I can call from my phone and turn the video on, and then like my video started working on that call on my screen, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I restopped, and I was like, oh, I thought you were in. I'm sorry. You were talking about swap meets. This is better now. I feel happy.
How much did Look, see now we're gonna have to go back and edit and chop the video again to make it smash together so our audience doesn't realize that I was in the middle of a story. I don't even know where I was at, man. Like I was talking and then you were gone. So, you know, anyway, I'm just gonna I'm gonna say when I was a kid and having the closest thing that we have now that I've shows that I've been to now that is the closest that I remember to how they were when I was a kid, where I just kind of walked around, talked to people about their car they were sitting next to,
Mm-hmm.
is the Carlisle Important Performance, and it's in May every year, and like Heidi and I go, and we enjoy it. We love that show, but the this whole podcast, the thing that brought us to this podcast, when we're at race wars, or Wookiees for that matter, or any other public event, it's becoming much more common to see the kind of behavior that we don't want at our events because it's the kind of behavior that gets our events canceled.
Yeah. It's,
So Jack and I are both guilty as charged of doing some dumbass shit at the wrong time.
yeah.
But we've gotten better, and um, so today's conversation is kind of how did we get from the relaxed atmosphere of the car shows of the early 90s to the hot boy shit shows that we had that car shows have evolved to in now. I mean, let's be honest. H2O in Ocean City is not what it was 10 years ago.
So
I mean, they picked up and moved cities.
I was never at an H2O, so I have no
Okay.
perspective on that. From like most modern, for me the most modern is like, say, if anyone out there listens to like is from the STL area, Hall Street, people, Broadway. Wow, that was a weird echo, like double round. But anyway, St. Louis Hall Street. It's like a mile long road. People would go on both ends of the railroad tracks, and we'd sit down at the water treatment plant. Dude, you could. I ran in my B5 one of those AMG SUVs, and we had him block the street lights because him and we were sitting door and door through fourth gear.
Yeah.
Like, we had to run out fifth gear on it, and we're doing like 150 through there.
Your dreams, I'm sure this was a reminiscing dream.
Yeah,
Thing.
I mean, I know we ran fourth gear out, so, but I would never do that shit today. Are you fucking?
You just admitted the crime and the location and the era.
Yeah, statute of limitations is irrelevant. I don't think they could get me for that. We're good.
All right.
In here, yeah.
So anyway,
but like,
you're talking about Hall Street.
Yeah, we used to like jump around though, like
the strip at H2O.
Yeah.
Was very much like that. Guys would go down, they cruise light to light, light to light, light to light. Of course they were racing, but if we weren't aiming for crowds, we were doing it at times later at night. A lot of times we would pick up and go somewhere else. But H2O that I remember was the actual show was out at a fairground somewhere. It was originally Ocean Downs, and then it was another like campground venue.
Okay.
But the street life around that event, people would go park in their parking lot, take a chair out, sit along the sidewalk, and watch cars go by. And then they'd pick their chairs up, get in their car, and go cruise the strip a little bit, and somebody would fill in their parking spot and get their chairs out. And guys would be guys, girls, everybody be standing on the sidewalk or walking up and down the strip, watching the cars go by, and there'd be cops there at the really busy intersections to make sure that there wasn't anybody really running a red light, that they were letting cars get through the intersection before the next group started, kind of deal. And it was more of a safety type orientation, and so I have all sorts of great memories about how car shows were. And I know that makes me sound like an old fart. It really does.
Or cultured because you're in the area. Like, that's a whole different scene than what we have here. Like, for St. Louis, it's drag racing, highway runs. Like, that's it. But it's a lot of straight line stuff. Like, people out here aren't really big backers. Like, they parking lot pimp, and they'll go from like
is the most legit way to put it. I mean, that's a lot of what car meets are, and I think car meets should still happen.
I agree.
Friends are made, and memories are made, and there's so many good sides.
I mean, I think
there's also a lot of click action.
Yeah. There's a lot of teenage boys like his age that are starting to drive that want to do hoodlum things in parking lots and not get into like go someplace and do that hood shit, or don't do burnouts in the middle of 60 cars inside of a parking complex. Do you know what the statistical odds of hitting something are?
Well, I mean, given the skill set of the average driver, high as hell.
Oh my word, how? That's why you pay double the insurance in Virginia.
Oh, bro, we had this conversation last week about the insanity of the insurance.
Yeah.
But saying those two things are related, but it's not that we didn't do hoodlum shit when we were in our early 20s.
I agree.
Like, there's no stepping away from that. But I feel like we went out of our way to make sure doing the wrong thing was done at the right time in the right place. You know what I mean? Like,
Maybe that's just an in our mind thing, because here, all bullshit aside, maybe it is just in our mind a little bit that we see it this way. I mean, here, maybe not, because, like,
I'll tell you right now, none of our generation, or very few of our generation, collected tickets like trophies.
I don't do
It wasn't
that.
a badge of honor to get a ticket for street racing.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If I had social media back when I got all my CNIs and never got an MIP, never got any DWIs, dude, I've probably had 22 CNIs.
Or CNI is.
Careless and reckless impruding. It's the ticket you get for street racing.
Well, that's some very Missouri specific terminology. Where I come from, it's called reckless endangerment.
Oh, that's cool.
Or felony speeding.
No, we got that for triple the speed limit.
Reckless driving.
Okay.
Yeah, reckless endangerment is like if you're in excess of 100.
Yo, do you got a spectator's ticket?
Yo, damn right.
Really? So,
damn right.
We got a spectator's ticket.
The charges, but if they shut down an event, they're handing out as many tickets as they can.
Yeah.
Everything from admissions to freaking loitering. I mean, trust me.
That's funny. No, yeah, I remember. I think it was like 2008, 2009. St. Louis County said that they passed a law for spectators ticket. Like you can get a ticket for spectating. Yo, let's talk. Hey, let me ask you. What was the dig back in the brain? What was the? You remember when people used to put like PS2s in their cars and shit, and that was a cool thing to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you ever do it?
No.
Yo, I had a Honda Civic. I did it too. 100%.
I never cared about anything that wasn't performance related.
So you didn't have neons on anything. Like, what was the most rice? We're talking about how old car shows here. Like, what type of? Did you ever have a rice rocket?
Did I ever have a rice rocket?
Yeah. Come on, man.
I never had anything that flashed speed, but I did have a '92 Accord that was on steel wheels because they were light. They were relatively light.
Of course they were.
Or like stamped aluminum wheels or whatever, like the cheapest Honda wheels, and iron on it. But like, I never had any like painted on racing stripes or plastic dipped wheels.
Did it scream race me?
No.
So no fart can.
No.
Oh, poor sport. Why?
I never owned a single car with an aftermarket exhaust until I put the exhaust on the Laser, and the Laser had big turbos for 30-some thousand miles before it.
Bro. Okay, here's the deal. When I am done, when I go to put big boy exhaust on the RSX, I am going to send you my carb legal exhaust system from the RSX, just so you can have some Ricer mufflers on your RSX.
I'm good, man.
It's quiet.
No, I don't care what you say it is.
Oh, come on, you need to have that experience.
Nope. I drive my brother's GSR enough to know exactly what level of four-banger cylinder scream I like to hear.
Yo, so I just talked to Corey earlier, and I know this is off topic, but it is on topic because I'm talking about Wookiees. Corey's coming to Wookiees next year, bringing the Cobalt, and it has softball size exhaust from the long tube headers out to the tailpipe through the muffler. It's a supercharged SS Cobalt.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's loud as fuck. Like,
I footage, man. You heard it in Missouri on the way to Cali.
oh, that's right. Sometimes I forget.
You forget, Jag. It's fine. It's fine. But we're talking about the demise of car shows and how we don't want them to demise and the things that have led to the downfall. And so you mentioned social media. If we had had social media when we were coming up, well, we did.
Oh, yeah,
Frankly,
Facebook was a thing. I remember jumping locations with Facebook. Like, hey, are we under the Broadway? Are we, Adelaide Bridge? That was a
yeah,
thing. Yeah.
naming locations. You're the worst car friend to have in public because you're like, hey, here's where we were. We were on Hall Street. You're
Did they? It's
like,
we've been
Adelaide Bridge.
we've been busted so many times down there that they already know where we're at. Like nowadays,
Yeah.
the shenanigan levels here, and I contributed to it doing highway level speed runs on a public 40-mile-per-hour zone. Yo, like,
You've seen my old Race Wars videos. I'm not saying shit.
I've got some old street racing videos on my shit, like old, like GoPro Hero 1.
Look, listen. Race Wars was around when the GoPro came out.
Touche, my friend. Touche.
So, half of the people that showed up to Race Wars in 13 had like the Palm camera.
Oh, wait, one of these?
Oh, for all the people listening podcast land, he's gonna go hold something up to the screen and pretend that y'all can hear it.
No, it's not
But
for
right
them.
now he's shuffling in the cabinets in the background like he's gonna find it real fast.
No, I
But
have.
he won't.
I know I have them.
And now he's mumbling to himself. But while he's gone, just remember S4 Race Wars 2018 is a week and a half away. It's on September 18th at Marion County Raceway. We are opening the track from 12 to 5 p.m. for 5 hours of open track time. The gates open at 11. You can join in on the fun Friday night during the MCR hosted Test and Tune. Anybody that joins in at Test and Tune can camp with us Friday night and open up to or wake up to some breakfast track time on Saturday. We will go for a little cruise after the track closes around 5, get some dinner, the local pizza joint that we like to support, and we are going to go to the local car. Jack has found his camera for Race Wars 2021 now that my ad's over. But go check out S4RW.net to get your tickets to S4 Race Wars 2021.
Perfect timing. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. Are you going to Race Wars, Steve?
I'm considering it. I got one of these shirts.
Yeah, I know. I've seen that. I love that shirt. What color is that?
Yes. You can pick your own color at our website, S4RW.net.
How many colors do you have available?
Sizes available.
Honestly, hey, guys.
12 colors. I don't know, man. It's been a while since we posted up this year's colors, and I should be more aware of all the products we sell. But at the track this year, we'll have several white and black shirts available. But you can pick any color you want pretty much on the website. So.
Yo, let me ask you. So, I think this is bullshit, by the way. The fact you're judging, and I know that we got to make diabetic friendly. Whoever makes a sugar-free anything is going to instantly win Steve's vote. So this sucks. That's just like yes.
Yo, it's getting to a savage level, man.
Like that's some bullshit.
Fred, look, so I don't. Anybody that follows us regularly may know this, but Fred and I, along with Roddy, have a Monday night game night, right? And so for the last couple of weeks on Monday night game night, Fred has been testing that week's version of his recipe, right? And he keeps tweaking the recipe. And I can tell you, last week, like, I gotta eat little ass bites because as a diabetic, the recipe he's making is not for diabetics. But that shit's banging. You got battle in your hands, my friend.
I'm making brownies. Like that's what I'm doing, but I'm not saying anymore.
It's fine. I'm not asking for insight. I'm just saying you better have your shit on lock.
Dude, I got secret ingredients.
Nice.
Just
Yeah,
for
see,
you.
this is the stuff that's keeping car shows and car events good, right? We're trying to bring the good side back to all the internet clout chasing fools.
Yeah, I mean, here.
Uh,
Race Wars is like a.
fun names for tweets.
I'm sorry. Discord does this weird thing. Like, it weird with us sometimes when we're trying to talk to people at one time. I don't get it. Like, it auto mutes or something. But, like, what Steve's talking about, like, this, these are the type of things that are, like, make car show cool. Like, we're just a bunch of guys doing circle things, doing burnouts. Did you freeze or are you just really, really still? I think, like, there should be a great moment to pop a picture. Where's my print screen button? Print screen.
Yo, Jack, you there, bud?
Yeah, I'm here.
Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can hear you but not see you.
Yo, so weird ass shit, bro. Literally all of the electronic devices in our house just shut off. My laptop, like, disconnected from Discord. My cell phone turned all the way off. My company cell phone turned all the way off. My flat screen TV just turned all the way off. The only thing that stayed on was my laptop, but the Discord disconnected completely.
How did your cell phone turn off?
Like, it turned off.
That's that's what's weirder than everything else.
And not just one of them, but two of them.
Yeah, that's almost EMP-ish.
Batteries at, like, um, almost full. And the laptop's plugged in.
It's very
Weird.
odd.
We just got solar flare, Jack.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm recording on my end still, I think.
I have this
Yeah,
whole
I'm still
time.
recording. So we'll have to do some editing, but I need to get back to where I can see.
Oh,
Oh,
it's doing. Steve!
you can see now, but I can see you, and I can see most of my screen, but I can't get to the point where the phone call is. Oh, there it is.
Oh, I love it. Oh, so this is a great time while he's figuring out his stuff. So we have recently started. We have Steve and I have recently started actually discuss. Re- Pause. Process. For those of you who, I'm trying to talk about Buzzsprout and us getting ready to list all of our shows on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna step in, Jack. You can listen and correct me at the end. But we've been looking at different podcast related apps and hosting agents, etc. And some of you guys know, or those that you've been following, we've been trying to chase down the audio balancing and audio output errors that we've had. So some of our podcasts have come out where the audio output has been super low, or the balance of the two has been off. So somewhere in our editing side or our recording side, we found this error. But we've been trying to find a solution to backtrack and so we can repost all of our audio as podcast only. And we've stumbled upon one that is Buzzsprout, and it seems to be pretty effective at um, essentially remastering the audio. Um, it's not all perfect, but in the next couple of weeks, we will be listing essentially episodes 1 through 8, or 1 through 10, or 1 through 9 as a unit. So folks can listen from the beginning and catch up to us now, and then start listening in on the Friday commute like we normally have.
And also in the near future, Steve and I are talking about doing maybe a Monday or Wednesday rant for you guys. Just some things for you to look forward in the future. Just shit that is on our mind. And because here we all.
Essentially, we're good friends, and so we're on the phone with each other on a regular basis. And sometimes whether it's work related or in Jack's case shop related, family related, we're just unloading. And sometimes those conversations are absolutely worth a Monday or Tuesday rant release.
Like we laugh about them because of what we're talking about, and that's all this is. It's just this whole Real Talk Vlogs is conversations amongst two people that we just like to talk. You know, you ever have that phrase? You ever heard that phrase, Steve? Be a fly on the wall.
Oh, dude, yes, it's so clutch.
Yeah.
One of the times we drop that phrase a lot at work when we're talking about, oh, I'd love to be a fly on the wall in the engineer's office when we learned this wouldn't work. That's
Right.
the kind of stuff that you have for a fly on the wall. That's awesome.
But back to car shows, what we were here to talk about. So I've gone to some, like, here, I don't go out to a lot of car shows. I'll be honest. I like working on, I like wrenching. Like, my ideal car show scenario is trackside events, hanging out with the boys, a bunch of people, things like Grid Life, um, S4 Race Wars, Wookiees. Like, those are the fun things, track events. Like, that, as I've gotten older, that's fun. I'm not saying that I don't like going out and meeting up in a garage with a bunch of people, but I don't actively look for them anymore because people are just
Yeah,
idiots.
I'm the same way. Man, I don't know if it's an age thing. I really don't, but I like to use H2O as an example because anybody can go to YouTube and look up H2O 2010, H2O 2011, H2O 2012, H2O, and like da 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 up to now, and you can watch, you can see it happen. You know, in not obviously not real time, but you can see the shift from a huge group of friends gathering together in one little spot
Mm-hmm.
to a huge group of people all wanting to be the center of attention. And you know, it sucks. I love I used to be I used to be the first person to say, oh, if you're to go to any car show ever, go to H2O or go to Solo. Because Solo's a lot the same. You know, you look at old videos of Solo and guys were sitting on the sidewalk with their camera watching the cars go by, and you could look at all the super high quality builds driving up the street.
Right.
You know, you didn't have to go pay the ticket to the show to see the stuff that's at the show. You could go sit on the sidewalk or park in a parking lot or park next to a restaurant and see people's builds because they had them out. And now you look at almost all of the quality builds are parked in a garage and people are driving their tow rigs around.
Really?
Well, I mean, not everybody, obviously, because not everybody's towing their shit in with a different vehicle. But you're not seeing the NSX on bags or the new Ferrari
But
driving
why?
up the strip at H2O.
Why?
Maybe if you're, I don't know.
Is that because A, they're going to get flagged for being too low?
The police intervention's a little extra.
Or is it
Uh,
because of the idiot potential of getting hit by something? Like, I've seen some videos of H2O, people doing don't. Like, why? Not to be here. This stupid shit that I find of this, and this is my side of de-evolution. Like, you mentioned it earlier. I'm guilty of doing dumb shit. I'm guilty of doing burnouts in places that are probably not the smartest. But here, it's controlled environments. You don't do shit. You don't do burnouts and donuts in the middle of an intersection with flowing traffic on both sides and pedestrians. Like, that's dumb. That's dumb.
yeah, risk exposure at that point is huge.
Yes, that.
Massive. You're just asking for trouble when your surroundings, what's essentially, yeah, I'm gonna back up. If you, I am sure that you as Jack Kim can do a damn near perfect slide in your rear wheel drive converted A6 that you slide around a lot.
Well, thank you.
You're not a new driver in an SRT Dodge,
Valid.
right? And so why is that person sliding their full size V8 powered family car? Where are you practicing? Where have you practiced?
Right?
You know, and it's sad, but shit happens to the best of us.
Dude,
And
it's.
so we can't be out there asking for shit to happen.
The liability the exposure level is it's ridiculous. Ridiculous. I'm just sitting here thinking about, like, okay, the person who does that. All right, I remember I got one particular video in mind where a guy hit somebody, right?
Yeah.
And, okay, just in tickets alone, probably CNI, well, I'm thinking Missouri level, CNI, felony speed, hit and run, some sort of freaking, I don't know, like noise.
Some sort.
There's disorderly conduct. Yeah, leaving a scene of a crime. Evading. Yeah, like.
Yeah, I do. I'm guilty of being excited and looking on YouTube for cop chases. You know, like, and so the fact that I go on YouTube and search for police chases contributes to the problem, because there's a whole group of people that are out there going, let me see what ticket I can get. Let me see how this goes on YouTube or whatever film outlet. Clickbait, man.
Yeah.
It's a real thing.
It really is. I mean, I get it.
So anyway, to all the people out there listening, I hope that you can keep your behaviors in check and make car shows a great thing and a place that the communities want us to come to. We want to. Jack and I both are big on supporting local. I know when he was working on the CRX, he went to a local muffler shop, and he went to a local carb shop, and he went to a local parts distribution house, and, like, support the community that you're involved with. And that doesn't change when you're going to a car meet. Don't shit where you sleep. Okay?
Yeah.
If you go and you meet, if you're in the Midwest and your town has one shopping center, the last place you want to go do donuts is in the one shopping center parking lot when all of your car friends are there.
Now, all bullshit aside, you are probably better off going and doing donuts in a church parking lot 4 miles outside of town, or go to an industrial park. That's another great place. Industrial parks, statistical odds, no one's going to care.
No place is a great place to do public shit on public roads. But if you're going to shit where you sleep, make sure you're able to clean it up.
Facts, Ricky Bobby. I like that.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to be like, I'm sorry, Mr. Homeowners Association guy, that I did a donut in your unfinished subdivision's cul-de-sac. My apologies. Is that easier to deal with than, hey, here's an intersection and that's a body?
Yeah. How do you deal with that?
Not be super dark real fast, but, like,
bro, that's the shit though that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest here. I guarantee you we'll probably get at least a 1 million hit counter. I'm freaking curious now. I want to know how many. I'm gonna go on YouTube, Google, real quick, and I'm gonna ask Google. Oh, what's that bad saying for Mustangs?
What's that bad Mustang?
I had it on the tip of my tongue. I want to know.
I mean, Fords and pedestrians, Mustangs and pedestrians. I don't know. Crowd killer.
Crowd killer. That's it. Thank you. How many comebacks do we get for crowd killer? How do you spell crowd?
Right.
How do you spell crowd?
CROWD.
CROWD.
Pro-D.
Crowd killer. Should I add the word Mustang and just see how many results?
Nah, just say crowd killer Mustang. That's very specific, but
28,200,000, and it did it in 0.52 seconds. The first video that pops up is a guy getting smashed by a Cobra R. That's a 650 horsepower car. You can buy out of the box, manual, that any kid could drive after his dad taught him how to drive a manual.
So I only know one person that owns a GT500, and his kid does not drive it.
But the point is,
Yeah, anybody with a credit card. My dad and I talk about this because we both ride motorcycles, and like the point of entry for an insanely fast motorcycle is really cheap.
I don't doubt it. I don't know motorcycles, but
A used Hayabusa will do 180 all day, and it's what, 5 or 6 grand?
yeah, I'd say that. I would say that.
I don't know the exact price, but my point is dad says anybody with some plastic, being a credit card,
Can buy a Busa.
can buy, well, not specifically a Busa, but any fast bike.
Yo, how much do you think a Busa was brand new MSRP?
In what year?
I don't know. Google just pulled back one, so take a guess.
14.5.
14,799.
You're welcome.
I wonder how much a used Busa is. Now I'm curious.
If all else fails, guess half.
Yeah. For sale, Missouri. So how's the random thought? How's the Saab? Are you really considering buying a Saab to swap this thing with?
I don't think so, man. I need to get the laser wrapped up and done. I need to. I am really tempted to swap the CRX with something stupid because internet cloud. I'm kidding, totally, but I don't see unless I have an insanely successful year work-wise or strike some big investment. I don't foresee a mid-engine supercar being in my life, but I could totally see swapped mid-engine CRX in my life.
So what am I gonna do? Move out there for 3 months? There's no way I'm not gonna be involved with this.
Okay. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I'm not saying it's not going to happen either.
I mean, my cost of living is pretty cheap, depending on how you consider it.
I think you need to scatter my area of the world with all the applications you can muster.
Uh, huh. Okay. Well,
Just stare down like my camera can give you like my glare and it doesn't. But
dude, I already screenshotted you earlier when you froze because it was a perfect floating head.
Nice. All right. So essentially, our rant for the week is pretty much done about the car shows. But look, I'm serious though, because
Dude,
a lot of my teenage years and my early 20s were filled with positive ass memories at semi-local or regional car shows or car meets, man. Like, we got to get back to the point where the public community accepts the fact that we want to gather, because car people are always going to get together and show up their car people friends, their
yeah, that's our
cars.
thing. We show all the shiny bits, so we know what else is to see.
But we also, as car people, need to get our shit together. Like, stop leaving trash at places. God,
Facts.
dude, I I spend hours on, like, at the end of car meets that I go to, and not just race wars. Like, the race wars family is pretty good about cleaning up after themselves, and I
Yo,
thank y'all for that. But at car meets I've been involved, picking up McDonald's bags and Arby's bags and whatever fast food bags. Like, bro, there's trash cans
that's
right
the type of
there.
shit that gets us kicked out and people don't like us back.
Yes.
Like,
And then the same
you,
people that are leaving their fucking trash lay around are the first ones going, oh, why don't you have that car meet again? That was such a good time.
because of that 5 cent bag that you left on the fucking side of the road. You know? Right. Or it's because of your idiot friend that decided to do a burnout at a stoplight with 500 people walking across this road in banana suits.
The people in banana suits have rights. Okay.
What is the banana suit thing?
What's that?
What is the banana suit thing?
Yeah, I don't totally understand it. I know that I've seen the banana group at H2O, and I've seen, like, I don't know. It's funny, But I
Yo,
think outside of it, I don't think it serves any purpose outside of being funny for a couple minutes.
if anybody out there in the world knows, let us know in the comment section below. Like, I'm very curious what the banana thing is. I probably can Google it right now, but I'm not going to. Maybe I should. No, I'm not going to.
Yeah, don't do it. Yo, Wild Jack chum in the comment section, guys. We do really appreciate the feedback that we get, whether good or bad. We're trying to make this show as good and as positive for y'all's commute as possible. And you know, if we get out of line, sorry, too bad, whatever. Like, we're here, we're having a good time, but it's not our intention to ruin anybody's day. So, but get out there, look for car meets around. If you're a car person, I assume you're a car person. If you're here listening, look for the meets. Meet other car people. Don't just count on social media, as that is not showing the whole deal.
Yo, so here it is. Here's the thing. I googled it. March of Banana. It's called the March of the Bananas.
Okay.
It's on Facebook here. You get basically.
Purveyor of all things great.
Huh?
Facebook, the purveyor of all things great.
Yeah. $20. Basically, it says it's simple. You get a $20 banana costume from Walmart. Come hang out on the strip of H2O. You know what you want to do. Link for a banana suit on Walmart.com. Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah. All in the name of a good time, man.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just about having a good time. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
But honestly, I can respect that. As long as the Banana Clan picks up their trash and doesn't do burnouts and makes people around them laugh, y'all go for it.
Yeah, that's funny though.
Do it to it.
That'd be like down at Wookiees, a whole crowd of, you just see a whole freaking fest, like a van full of Wookiees rolling down the tail.
You know I have Wookiee themed curtains for the van.
No shit, I did not know this. I feel like an idiot.
Yeah, they will make a comeback for this upcoming Wookiees.
Oh, okay, good.
But full, you know how many windows are in that van, right?
Bro, we should all get Wookiees, like headgear and.
Look, as much as I would love to do that, I would have to tow the trailer, or I would have to not be set up to sleep in the van. Because then I'd have to have all 15 seats in the van and rock the van with 15 Wookiees.
I'm sure it could be arranged.
Yo, right?
Yo, so it wouldn't be that hard for you to set up the trailer for sleeping accommodations.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Like you could do in your trailer, you could do those lock bars in the wall, the lock arms that go up the side, and just layer it up. Oh,
I gotta be careful because really the skin of that trailer is not. It is not a substantial structure. It is a firm umbrella for the car.
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's there to block wind and weather.
I just figured it had somewhat of a semi-structural frame.
It's not there to be. I mean, it's got a structural frame. It has mini trusses in it, but it's not. It's not designed to support weight. You know what I mean?
So we can't use those trusses to pull an engine, is what you're telling me?
No.
Damn. Okay. Moving on.
Yeah, that you also consider that entire trailer was built with weight in mind.
True.
Yeah. So,
sorry.
Anyway, that's beside the point. But do you have trivia this week?
No, I do not have trivia for you this week.
I didn't have any trivia either.
Is there anything in Audi current news? I know you read the news a little bit more. Not Audi news, but any motorsporting news that you can think of off the top of your head? Anything highlights? Have you seen the new Z?
Have you seen? You yelled and it went out.
Have you seen the new Z?
The
Dude.
Nissan Z?
Yes.
Yeah.
$40,000.
A couple JDM things. The Z, the Integra.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And Acura, aka Honda, has said that there will be another generation of the NSX. I haven't seen anything about it, but uh,
Hybrid, full electric. What do you
I,
think?
something tells me it's gonna be full electric. Yo,
With
the Rimac, how do you, RIMAC, the the new version of the one that Richard Hammond wrecked.
oh yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
thing
yeah. I remember that
is
thing.
wild. I haven't seen. I don't remember the exact specs, but that thing's wild, man.
Yo, there. This is an interesting topic. Like automotive car, like as we, because we're in the future, right? That's the new big craze of, and the way cars are getting, and by designing, like I'm surprised the Z has a manual. Like that is so badass that they're putting.
You know, if you look historically speaking and look at old interviews of um, the original Z engineers and design team, it was all about the driving experience, not necessarily the driving performance.
I did not know that, but that makes sense. It's like the Japanese way, very form, you know.
Every you look at the stats of like the early, I don't know what years, the early 2000s 350Zs. You talk to
Uh,
guys that have driven like the Nismo 350, and they talk extremely highly of that car. But you look at like the lap times and the performance figures, and you're like, okay, respectable.
mm-hmm.
But the driver's seat in that car is where it's at. So I expect the new Z to follow that like design pathway pretty solidly.
I want to drive one. Like I don't here. I'm not saying anything bad about like 350Zs, 370s. Like they don't do it for me. Like they're
Yeah,
cool. They're cool for what
I'm
they
with
are.
you.
But they just I never have I haven't had a desire to drive one. I got to drive a 350 one time at the dealership. It was manual and I was like, "Oh, this is cool, but it feels small." But the new Z I would buy. Like it is a lot
You
of
know, it it checks the retro boxes in subtle ways.
mhm.
You know, early fall back early 2000s retro styling was like all the rage. They had the Thunderbird was making a comeback, and the Mustang was made to look like the 67 68 Mustang.
Interior
The
those are
midget
cool.
style Camaro was coming back. You know what I mean? And like now we're seeing a little bit of the retro love for the cars that replaced the original muscle cars,
Mhm.
the 350 or the 300Zs from the or the 240s 260s from the 70s and 80s, and the lightweight two-seat Japanese sports cars. You know, our generation is moving into the cars that we reminisce about and bringing those back. So I'm excited for the car market. I'm some excited. There are things I'm excited about in the car market, and but the electric cars don't do it for me. I
I'm not
yeah,
opposed to the. Here's my whole thing. I don't care. In the macro of it all, regardless of where the automotive culture goes, as long as they don't take it away from us, as a whole, I am okay. And second thing they can't take away from us is a manual gearbox. As long as, like, somehow, eventually, you're going to see a fully electric car with a manual gearbox. Somebody's going to do it.
an original Tesla Roadster.
No, it's going to be a production car.
I know.
But
The original Tesla Roadster, they made a bunch of them. Just saying, look it up, man.
I
Not
know,
the one that's coming out now,
no,
but the first car that Tesla made.
I
And it,
know those were manuals, but that, like, mainstream production, present
okay.
day, okay, whatever, it's fine. You don't agree with me.
A lot of the original electric swaps were done on like late 90s, early 2000s Subaru with manuals.
Mm, we should do it to a B5.
No,
I'm gonna do that.
no.
Yeah.
Go ahead. You do you, Jack. I'm gonna. I'm gonna keep that 2.7 in my life.
As long as you can get it to pass the emissions test, you're good.
Right. All right, man. Uh, I guess we're gonna kind
Yeah.
of close out on a up note. Just back to the main topic, guys. Save the car meets.
Don't
Treat
be
your space right.
don't be stupid at the car meet. Keep the burnouts under control. Clean up behind your fucking self. Like, it's simple. Take your trash, throw it in your floorboard that your girlfriend has already scuffed up with her dirty ass shoes, and get over it. Don't
Be
be.
the best example you can be for the next generation of car people.
Yeah. You want to go do hood stuff? Go out. Go out. You know, get out. You want to go. Just go away from all the BS. You know. Be the best you can be for the next generation, like Steve said.
100%. Until next time, folks.
Don't say goodbye.
What's that?
Don't say goodbye.
Oh, my bad. I
You
thought
gotta
we were
make
getting
sure. We
done.
gotta make sure to tell the people. You know, if you like this video, we've hacked the algorithm. You gotta hit the like button for us. Help. That is the way the algorithm says. Oh, it's great. Other people might want to listen to this. So help us out. And
I'm glad he said all that, because I hate that word.
which one? The algorithm or hit smash that like button?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
For all your promotional needs, follow Jack at Rowdy Audi on the Instagram.
I was gonna say, and if you want to follow Steve, you want to see Steve's personal life and Steve at S4 Race Wars and all the shenanigans that are going on there from his POV at Race Wars, follow Steve at S4RW.net. Oh, and at Instagram at S4RW.
See, you did it wrong. It's in S4 Race Wars. S4RACEWARS. S4 Race Wars, spelled out
Yeah.
on at Instagram. S4RW.net is the website.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, and as far as Rowdy Audi is concerned, it's not ROWDYAUDI. It's RWDYAUDI. It's a bad pun on rear wheel drive Audi. Rowdy Audi, rear wheel drive Audi. Ha 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 ha.
Well, get it. It's funny.
It's funny.
It's funny. All right, guys. All joking aside, we appreciate you listening, and we will catch up with you next week on Real Talk Vlogs.
Where we?
That light, the light is lighter.
Yeah.
Oh wait, that's not. Is this the right spot for that?
Yeah, I guess we can put it in. Later.
Until next week.
Thanks, guys. Peace. We outie.